Good afternoon, and welcome to the 800 Credit Score Man Show. I am your host, Kevin King. He is I, and I am him, the 800 Credit Score Man himself. And again, thank each and every one of you for coming in and listening to the show. I truly appreciate it. Do me a favor and share the show. Please share this show with all of your friends and your family. So what are we going to talk about? I'm going to tell you what we're going to talk about for the rest of the year. Yes, we're coming down to the end of 2017, and instead of doing a wrap-up that's only going to be one show and got to cram it all in, for the rest of this month, we're going to do basically a wrap-up of the entire year, and we're going to give you some things that you need to know to help you increase your credit score going forward. We'll also tell you some things that will help you get rid of some of those bad things on your credit report. So we're going to do all of those things over the next 2-3 weeks. We're definitely going to do those things. So I'm going to jump in right here, right quick, and I'm going to give you one of the things I want to talk about today off the top of the show. And this is just like a reminder for you, something that I mentioned way back when, but to let you know yet again, because I have found that some people have not done this or looked at it or had it done for them just yet. So I'm going to remind you that on July the 1st of 2017, yes, some months ago, that judgments were supposed to come off of your credit report. So you should not have any judgments on your credit report. And there's a difference between judgments and other options or things that may be on your credit report that are negative. But judgments themselves should no longer be on your credit report. You should know that getting negative items pulled off of your credit report helps increase your credit score. If you only have one judgment on your credit report that's a negative for you, then to get it to come off your credit report will absolutely do wonders for your credit score. So you need to make sure that if you've had judgments in the past, that they are no longer on your credit report. Some of them happened automatically like they were supposed to beginning on July the 1st. A lot of people I've talked to had them. It didn't come off for the first 2 or 3 weeks. Then finally they fell off. But I recently was talking to some people and they still have these judgments located on their credit report. So you got to make sure that you look into that. Contact the credit bureau, whether it's TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian. Contact them and let them know that this judgment is still on your credit report and it shouldn't be there. In addition to the judgment portion, also tax liens. Tax liens should no longer be on your credit report either. So it doesn't matter if it was state or if it was federal, you should no longer have tax liens on your credit report. All the time, whether you paid them or you didn't pay them, your tax liens would stay on there. They stay on there for 7 or 10 years. So now, as of July the 1st this year, 2017, those should be gone as well. Again, removing negative items will help your credit score. Removing negative items will absolutely help your credit score. Totally different if you got a collection and you pay it. A lot of people think that if you got a collection and you pay that collection, it's going to help my credit score. It's paid, boom, boom, boom. That's not what happens when it comes to a collection. And of course, we're most likely getting to that at some point in time too. So I want to drop that one on you before I got to the rest of the stuff for the show. So we're going to take a pause right here and we're going to do this. Remember those good old days of dual income, no kids, double-digit pay raises, and 2-for-1 stock splits? Well, these days, money's a lot harder to get a hold of and even harder to hang on to. That's why State Farm agent Paul Downing would like to introduce you to the Discount Double Check. He'll go through your car insurance policy line by line to make sure you're getting the discounts you deserve and aren't leaving any money on the table. It's fast, it's free, and when he's done finding you 10% here, 15% there, you could find yourself looking at discounts of 40%. Now, that could mean savings worth hundreds of dollars, and that's a pretty good return for simply investing a few minutes of your time. Call State Farm agent Paul Downing today at 219-884-6947, because being there to help keep more of your money in your pocket is why he's here. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. All right, so let's jump back into this. I got to give a shout out right quick. You know how I do. So I try to take the kids, you know that. I try to take the kids. I want to do the kids first. I know this kid's parents are listening to the show. They're avid listeners of the show. So I want to give a big happy birthday shout out to Kellen. Kellen King, happy birthday to you. my man, little guy. So I know when he grows up, since his mom listens to the show all the time and his dad, he's going to have a very good credit score like my kids. So he's going to have an 850 out the box. So happy birthday to you, Kellen. I got to give another shout out right quick, too. I want to give out a shout out to the First Lady of Living Purpose Church located in Aurora, Illinois, and that's Latarsha Bailey. Happy birthday to you. Happy fabulous 40th birthday to you that she celebrated earlier this week. So happy birthday, First Lady Latarsha Bailey. All right, so let's jump into the rest of what I want to talk to you about today. So in addition to what happened happened during the year, since we're doing this kind of wrap up, I gotta talk to you about this Equifax hack yet again. So you know that Equifax was hacked sometime during the middle of the summer, maybe in the second quarter or third quarter. They were hacked. We weren't informed until August that they were actually hacked. I don't think they realized that they were being hacked until the end of July, something around then. But then we were informed in August. So during this hack with Equifax, which you know is one of the three major credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So during this hack, initially, Equifax told us that 143 million people information was compromised. So I said then that that number is going to go up because they initially found it, and then maybe they'll go back and they'll keep counting up and see what happens. So it did go up a little bit. 145.5 million people were actually impacted by this particular hack. In this hack, these hackers got enough information about you to do things that are detrimental to your credit overall. So they have enough information, like, of course, they got your name, they've got the accounts that you have, they have your date of birth, they may have your social security number, or at least the last four of your social security number, they may have where you live, also where you work, all of those things, including, your account information as well. So they'll know you have a card with GMAC, or you have a credit card with JCPenney's, whatever it is, that information they absolutely have. Again, 145.5 million people have been impacted by this. Now, if you are not one of those people, count yourself so lucky, because there's only a little bit over 200 million people in the credit scoring system itself. How can you check to see if you were impacted? You got to go to www.equifaxsecurity2017.com, all one word. Go there, and you can put in your information, something a little different than what you normally used to putting in. You used to putting in maybe your last four of your social security. They're going to ask you for your last name and the last six of your social security. So go there, and they'll tell you right away if you were impacted at all. If you were impacted, they'll send you to another page, and on that page, they'll let you know some additional information. Even if you weren't impacted, you've checked already and you weren't impacted, if you were not impacted, you still can get what they're offering, which is free credit monitoring for 1 year. So you can still get that free credit monitoring for 1 year, whether you were impacted or not. It doesn't hurt you at all to get this free credit monitoring. You should go ahead and you should definitely do that. So they'll give you the information there as well for you to come back and sign up for this free credit monitoring. There is a limited time on the credit monitoring to sign up to get it for free. So you have until the end of January 2018. I'm going to tell you now, you need to sign up as soon as possible. As soon as possible, get them on that for you, so you make sure that you are protected and you're protecting yourself. So make sure that you sign up for that. And this is something that I want you guys to look out for. It may be part of this hack, it may not. And let me tell you something about the whole hack thing. You wonder why do they do it? You may be listening to the show because you have a quote unquote bad credit score and you need to improve it, and you don't think anybody can approve you anyway, so they're wasting their time with your credit. It's not necessarily the case, because they have enough information, like I mentioned before, they can still do things that hurt you financially. So they have enough information to go and open a bank account in your name. They have enough information to go and get utilities in your name. So they have all of this info that could be detrimental to you. So you want to make sure that you protect yourself no matter what your credit score is. You want to make sure that you protect yourself. And let me tell you about something else that the hackers have been doing. I'm saying that it's these hackers that started doing this. Maybe it was people already doing this before and it has nothing to do with this particular hack. But here's what they're doing. So they're calling people and they're basically saying, hey, congratulations, you've got approved for this, that, and the other, or as if you applied for something somewhere. So they're doing that, and they're asking for additional information. What we need is some additional information from you, and then they want you to give up that information. These may be people that have your information or parts of your information, and they just need a little bit more of your info to be able to go ahead and use your info for them to steal money from wherever they're trying to steal the money from. So make sure that you're very, very careful when you talk to individuals like that. If you haven't applied for anything, then it's absolutely simple for you. It's no problem. You haven't applied for anything, you can hang up, no problem. If you have applied for things, especially if you apply online, I don't care if you're looking for a car online or, you went to lendingtree.com or whatever. So you may have other people calling you or what have you. And if you have applied, what you want to do, the first thing you want to do is to go ahead and ask them for a number. Tell them you're busy. Tell them you're busy right now and ask them for a number so you can give them a call back. You can also tell them they can call you back as well, but you want to get that number. And once you get off the phone with them, just Google the number. Just put in 800, whatever it is, and Google that number. See if it's a true number. See if anything comes up from it at all. If it does, and you may have applied for something, maybe you want to give them a call back. Maybe if you call them back and you get the same person, you got an 800 number. You know how these companies work. You got an 800 number. They got 30, 50, 300 people answering the phone all the time, and you call that number back and you get the exact same person, and it isn't a direct number, it's probably an issue, and it's probably not something you want to deal with. So make sure that you go ahead and you protect yourself when it comes to that. Verify before you give out any of your information at all. So make sure that you do that. So let's talk about and I told you that the free credit monitoring was over in January 2018. Let me give another shout out right quick. So shout out Kellen and First Lady Bailey. I got to give a shout out to my Sands. Yeah, to my Sands, the 14 nights of Kappa Alpha Psi Alpha chapter. We celebrated 24 years in the bond on the 4th. So happy anniversary to all of my Sands 1 through 14. And we're going to get together and kick it in a couple of weeks to celebrate 24 years. So happy anniversary to the 14 nights. Yo. And so now, since I'm talking about a little fraternity kind of thing or whatever, let me give a shout out to the men of Alpha Phi Alpha. So their Founders Day was actually on December the 4th. So happy Founders Day to you guys as well. And I got to give a shout out to an artist extraordinaire. Name is Desmond Chambliss. He is a tattoo artist. Man can draw any old thing. So happy birthday to you, Desmond. Okay, so let's jump into knowing the game. I want to talk to you about knowing the game. And so when I say knowing the game, I'm talking about whatever credit thing you're looking for. If you are here to improve your credit score because you want to buy a home or you want to buy a car, you want to just get a better interest rate, you want to get a credit card with a huge limit or whatever it is, a huge limit and a small interest rate, whatever it is that your goal is, you've got to know the credit game, and you need to play that game that's specific for what you want to do at this point in time. It's great to get if you're just here just to get a good credit score so you can do and navigate all of those things, perfect, even better. But if you have a goal in mind, then you got to know how to play that particular credit game. So if you're looking to increase your score, here's what I tell my clients. So the very first question when I talk to somebody that's interested in becoming one of my clients, and yes, I will help you restore your credit as well. So you can give me a call or you can email me. Email me at 800creditscoreman@gmail.com. You can call me at 312-600-5855 so we can start the process to help you restore your credit. So here's what my first question is. What is your goal? What is your goal? You've got to have a goal in mind when you are looking to restore your credit. So if your goal is to buy a home, for an example, then you need to find out all of the things that entails. All of the things. So it's not just getting a good credit score. Having a good credit score is not enough necessarily for you to get